Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. It is day 236 of quarantine. Welcome to episode 2 of Arsenic and Espresso.
Can't wait for that coffee. Oh my gosh. And this is the real reason why we're arsenic and espresso.
Because coffee.
Because we don't sleep.
We don't sleep. Sleep is for the
ever.
weak. Sleep when you're dead.
Sleep. I wish I could sleep for a week. That would be.
Oh, that would be nice. How do we want to start this one?
Well, I mean, first off, we got to address all the support that we
Yeah.
got this last week. The channel has been up on YouTube for a week, for like just over a week, and it is officially on most sites. It's on Spotify, Anchor.fm, a bunch of other ones as well. There's been an insane amount of support.
We're excited that you guys like what we're putting out so far, and we hope you continue to like it. Oh, yeah, so we're wanting to have like reaction videos in between podcast episodes, because the podcast episodes will probably be pretty long, and the reaction videos are like 20 minutes or less, and we want to be able to have those up on YouTube, but we also want to have content that doesn't get taken down 11 seconds after posting. I have pages of notes.
Notes on notes on notes. I also have pages of notes, but it's more like chicken scratch and a bunch of arrows. So
this point to this point, this
Yeah.
point to this point.
we have a whole lot to talk about
Yes.
in this episode, and I wanted to start off with some news.
It
What's
is
going on?
Quarantine.
It is quarantine right now.
Currently
What do we?
hold on, today is April 3rd, so day
Yeah.
18 for Washingtonians.
Yep. And it feels like day 100.
Well,
Whoa.
this is the point in the season where I feel like a lot of concerts were coming up, lots of events that have now been rescheduled to a point where they're just not even putting out like a potential date. Yeah, everything has been canceled. Anything fun has been canceled. Tying that into the podcast, lots of local bands are suffering from not being able to perform, not being able to sell their merch, not being able
Yeah.
to sell tickets. And a lot of people, as we know, like try and turn their music career into their livelihood, into their sole income, into the only thing that they do. And so this quarantine has put an abrupt halt to all of that. And a lot of people are suffering.
Yeah. And we've seen a lot of different bands do live streams, whether it's on Facebook or Twitch or different things like that. And
People are going live on Instagram a lot too.
Instagram.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like this might be a new wave for the music industry in general, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you're gonna have a whole lot more of that. They see that there is the ability to still market themselves, even not doing a full tour. And so I think you're gonna see some bands or some areas market themselves, or some bands kind of market themselves that way a little bit more, giving maybe even like premium access to paying subscribers or something like that.
Patreon style. Well, and it's almost like an unplugged show or like a backstage pass to the show. I feel being able to get on Instagram or Twitch and see these performances where you don't have the chaos of the crowd taking away from the music. I know I've personally been to several concerts where the crowd becomes disorderly to a point where you can't even hear the band anymore. And it makes it not fun. And so being able to see these artists perform uninterrupted by your surroundings, I think is really cool. I think it's a really, I don't know, just a new way of doing things. And granted, it's new by force, but I think it's something that has the potential to be really lucrative for bands in the long run.
Yeah, I'm just really curious to see where this kind of takes everything. I know for myself anyways, I mean, there were a handful of concerts that just got canceled, right? I mean, we got word from the governor, right, that all Seattle was going to be closed down and everything, and I had literally just clicked to buy the ticket for what was it, the Acacia Strain, the next week, and I was like, well, I can't do that now. And I was really excited to go see them. So I think more than ever, it's a good time to show your support for bands, stream their stuff more than ever, right? Buy merch, right? That's a huge deal.
Buy an album. Like, even though we can download everything on our Spotify Premium, like, go to the website and buy the album. That'll do a lot more for the bands in the long run.
I think bands need to do a line of quarantine merch.
Quarantine merch?
Yeah, kind of like how you get Snuggies. Oh, that's a great idea.
Could you imagine? Like
I got my Slayer Snuggie. And it's like Slayer, 2020, and then it has home tour. And
home tour.
Just home. That's it.
I would wear that. I would wear it out of the house. No doubt.
The Snuggie and everything.
Well, I mean, As I Lay Dying is doing a T-shirt, right? Where the proceeds go to.
It's a Feed the Hunger campaign, and I can't remember which one it is. I think
Feed the Hunger or End Hunger?
Feed the Hungry, maybe?
Feed the Hungry, okay.
But it is, it is a campaign going towards feeding the hungry, and I think it's based in California. But either way, I thought that was really cool. They put out a T-shirt for that, so you can buy the T-shirt to help support that. But then also just streaming the music or buying the single that they put out as well. It was a brand new single that they put out. And I have that on my Twitter. Okay, yeah. So earlier this week, I posted on the podcast Twitter, and I've been wanting to do this every week. Is just post 4 songs that you should add to your playlist, and I want to keep doing that every week. Just something that's popped up in our timeline or something that we've started to listen to again, whether it's new or old, or whether it's underground band or somebody who has a whole lot of traction already, or maybe even considered mainstream, but just something that would be worth to put into your playlist. And I hope that everybody just gives it a shot, right? Even if it's something that they've heard before, or from a band that they've thought, I'm not really into their style. Throw it on a playlist, give it a couple of plays, give it a shot, right? But this week, I had posted a few things, and one of them was the new As I Lay Dying song, the single that they put out. It's called Destruction or Strength, and so that's the one that is going towards feeding the hungry, and I thought that was really cool that they were doing that.
I think that's really cool. I don't feel like oftentimes when you see celebrities speaking about something, like we in the metal world see the people we follow speaking about it.
Yeah.
Like everyone has what they're passionate about, and like, yes, bands will do like partnerships with different charities and organizations, things like that, but it's not something that's super in the forefront.
Yeah.
And I think it's really cool that As I Lay Dying did this right now.
Yeah, no, and I think it's something that I want to see more as well. I mean, it doesn't matter how big you are, right? I mean, even smaller bands, I think that they could really benefit from helping out different campaigns like that too. I think that would be cool to see that happen on a smaller front and on a bigger front, just more often. I mean, that's what we need right now, right? Is just more people helping each other out. And I think that's kind of what this quarantine has started to do for people, right? Is realizing how many people out there actually need help, and what can you do for them.
And what we as just the normal average Americans have the power to do. And right now it's stuff like buy merch and download songs, and that is actually helping a lot.
Well, and
so do it.
Right. Well, and that even goes into another thing that I wanted to talk about as far as news of this week goes. I posted on a local Facebook page just talking about the podcast and what we're going to be doing, and talking about how we really wanted to have an underlying focus on the underground
and local bands,
right, and supporting the local bands. And we got so much feedback just from that one post. It was
so much feedback. We got so many different suggestions, and they're all different. Like maybe one or two of the commenters commented the same band, but out of the like 40 or 50 comments that are on there, they're all different bands. Some people posted multiple bands.
And they all have,
there's so many options.
Well, and there's so many different sounds too, which was really surprising.
There's everything from like doom metal on there. There's like a true like thrash metal. There's some black metal. There's a little bit of everything. There's definitely some metalcore on there.
Yep.
Going back to the 4 songs we have on our playlist, we actually have 2 songs from the list of suggestions of local bands. Oh. One being the song State of Desperation by the band One Vote for Violence. Definitely
their
like
stuff was really good.
more of a metalcore sound.
Yeah, they have a nice metalcore sound. I feel like their sound is super complete.
Yes.
They have can't remember how many plays they had. It'd be cool to see them have even more success because I feel like they have a really good sound. I feel like they're gonna go some good places if they haven't already, right? And then what were some other ones that we put on there?
There's Destruction or Strength by As I Lay Dying, and then Diamond by Sunset Gore. That's another Seattle band.
That was a good one, yeah.
Super good song. This one has more of like a death metal vibe, I feel, because you've got the clean vocals and the dirty vocals layered in with it. There's a lot of really clean melody.
Some of it's kind of a more metalcore tone to it, and then other stuff on that same CD has a lot of like, it kind of reminded me of like Deftones, and that was refreshing because I haven't heard anything that reminded me of Deftones in a really long time.
Yes.
And so that was a really cool change up. So there was just so much on there, and so I want to go through.
And then the last song, side note, not to interrupt you, but to interrupt you, the last of the 4 songs you should add to your playlist is What the Dead Men Say by Trivium, and that's the video that got taken down.
We really
the song
enjoyed
is spectacular.
Yeah, that was.
Put it on your playlist.
Definitely.
Look out for the video to come back eventually.
But that is something that I definitely wanted to include, and I know we had talked about including that a lot during each episode, right? Kind of just talk a little bit about some of the local bands or some of the smaller underground bands. Right, and there was one other band as well that really stuck out to me that I wanted to talk about this week. They were actually the first people who commented on our Facebook post, but I think it's ASEMA.
We apologize in advance if we pronounce any of these names wrong.
We're going to pronounce them almost all wrong probably, but that's okay. They are definitely a whole lot more death metal, or deathcore rather. They were actually set to open up for the Acacia Strain, so I would have seen them, right, if Seattle didn't shut down. But you know, it's important to
safety first.
Yeah, exactly. I know I wasn't thinking safety first when I saw the announcement.
Yeah.
But I was pretty frustrated. But we all got to go through, or we all got to make sacrifices. Stay home, stay safe, right? So that we can get back to a normal life sooner than later.
Buy merch, buy albums.
Buy merch, buy albums, exactly.
Smooth transition.
Oh yeah, and then the other band that I wanted to put down too, because I know there's a few people who listen to our podcast that are into doom metal, and so I wanted to talk about them really quick too, because they had a really cool sound. What was the band?
Dilapidation.
Yeah, Dilapidation for sure.
It was a good sound.
So.
I don't typically personally listen to doom metal, not for any other reason other than like I'd never have.
My anxiety is too high. I want the breakdown to start, and it never starts. So
you're just like on edge the whole time.
So I can appreciate it, but I just don't listen to it very often.
Every episode we're going to be talking about some of these bands. There will be some episodes where we talk more in depth about these bands like individually. Today I think we both brought kind of general topics to the board. We're talking more like genre today, right?
Yeah.
And like the difference and similarities.
Kind of a like music appreciation.
Music
course,
appreciation,
right?
Or like what's the difference?
Music history too, a little bit. I know you're.
I went deep into the history